Hi, this video is about the US30 or the Dow Jones. This is from Forex.com. US30. The US30 index represents the value of the 30 largest registered corporations, also known as the Dow Jones Index. It is one of the most watched indices in the world because of the short list of companies it represents. So the US30 has a price-weighted average, meaning companies with the highest share price exert the most influence on the index. As of August 2022, United Health Group Incorporation sits at the top with just over 10% of the index's total weight. So what affects the US30 price? The US30 price is affected by general uncertainty around major world economic influences such as energy prices, war, political unrest, and tariffs. Economic data from the US is also a major influence on the US30. This includes decisions made by the Federal Open Market Committee, or also known as FOMC, or FOMC, unemployment rates, inflation, and geopolitical events that involve the US. Let's go see. This is Investopedia, giving them credit as well as. So Investopedia says that the Dow is a widely watched stock market index comprised of 30 large U.S. publicly traded companies, also known as the Dow Jones Industrial Average, or the US 30. See, understanding the Dow. So most people in the world will have heard of the Dow. They talked about it on television and news all the time, normally when discussing the performance of the stock market and the companies that drive the US 30. Look at the history of the US 30. So the history of the Dow 30 was created by a journalist, Charles Dow. That's where they get the Dow 30. The man behind the Wall Street Journal and his business partner, Edward Jones, in 1896. So you can see this has been around a long time. It was launched as a spin-off of the Dow Jones Transportation Average and is the second oldest stock market index in the US. Wow. So the Dow was developed as a simple means of tracking US stock market performance in an age when information flow was often limited. The idea was to let ordinary investors know which direction the market was heading. So originally, there were 12 companies considered important to America's economy, and now we have 30. So the companies of the Dow 30, let's look at some of these companies. They are very big companies. 3M, American Express, Apple, Boeing, Chevron, Cisco, Coca-Cola, Goldman Sachs, Home Depot, Honeywell, IBM, Intel, Johnson & Johnson, McDonald's, Microsoft, Nike, United Health Group, Verizon, Visa, Walmart, Walgreens, Boots, Alliance, and the Walt Disney Company. So you see these 30 companies are like major established companies in the United States. That's pretty awesome. So let's see here. So that's a little bit about the Dow and how I like to trade it. So the Dow is basically made up of 30 companies. One has been around for over 100 years. So let's go to what I usually like to go do is go to Yahoo Finance. As you can see right here, S&P 500, the Dow 30. Let's click on that. Remember, the Dow 30 is the 30 so-called biggest companies of the U.S., and we all know what those companies are. You can see here the previous close, 37,710. We closed out the month of December at 37,689.54, and that's also what the closeout for the year is. So you can go to Yahoo Finance if you trade the US 30, the Dow Jones. In futures is where I like to trade it at. Also looking into doing options. And you can see the chart here. You can see the price, how it just came here. It's, wow, that's pretty impressive. And this will give you a barometer of what's going on in the Dow. The conversations, I don't go into that. Historical data, that's, you could see all this from the charts. Back to summary. So that's a little bit about the Dow Jones. Credit to Forex.com for the definition. Credit to Investopedia.com for giving us a background. And then if you want to do more research, you could just go to Yahoo Finance, click on Dow Jones, and learn more about it. Previous close open, the volume, days range 52. It's it's a volatile market. That's why I trade it. I'm a scalper. I like to go in and out of trades. So that's a little bit about the US30.